Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Toxic Happy Hour. Today is special edition. It's Friday the 13th. We've got two animals in the studio. We've got Greg right out of the hamster wheel and Labrador. HODL has been let off the leash. Welcome, both of you. George, you've been here before. Greg, you are new on the show. Thanks for joining. First things first, first priorities. What are you drinking today?
White Claw.
Let's see it.
Mango. No
White
loss.
Claw. Got it.
Mango.
What does that taste like?
It tastes like I'm losing my man card is what it tastes like.
All
but
right.
It's delicious.
All right. We're going to talk a little bit more about your meme work later after the introduction. Same with you, Labrahodl. What are you drinking today?
Having today a blonde beer, local beer.
Nice. And local. And whereabouts is local for you?
Sorry?
Whereabout is local for you? Where are you local? Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, if it works, it works. I'm not trying to dox you. And we have Fix the Money, Fix the World in the studio. I couldn't agree more. Let's get Toxie last. 15,000 floor looks set. It does, maybe even 16,000. No doubt that Bitcoin is in a proven bull run, I would say, by now. But let's first talk a little bit about both of you are known for doing a lot of meme work. I myself truly enjoy it. Greg, tell me about what are you doing with memes, like, and which tools do you use? What do you like to focus on? What's your thing?
I use Meme Generator Pro because professionals have standards, and it's not work. I just kind of spitball whatever comes to mind. It just goes right out on the internet.
Right. So how do you use this tool? You what do you call it? Meme
Generator Pro.
Meme Generator Pro. Is that a tool like online? Is it an app you download? And
it's a phone app. That's
okay.
it.
And then you can, because what I notice you guys do is like you sometimes take videos that has sound in them, and then you can like overlay text or faces from different people that we're making fun of, as we do on Bitcoin Twitter, which is part of the glory of Bitcoin Twitter. Is that something? Is that possible there, or how does that work?
That is way outside of my skill set.
I thought you were the pro, man. I thought you were using
Exactly.
professional.
Wait, yeah, didn't you just mention something?
You know what, George?
So I know Bitcoin Marcus is doing that.
Yeah.
I believe his name is RDBTC also. I think this was too late for him to join. What about you, Labrahodl? What do you use? And do you use the videos with the sound? Or I mean, I know it should be prepared, but I see you guys tweet all the time. So
Yeah.
I had enough.
I just use imageflip.com just to generate the meme. I'm not a pro as Greg does his memes, but I try to do my best.
Yeah, no, you guys. I mean, both of you put out very entertaining memes. To me, honestly, I don't recall which one is video with sound, which one is like GIFs or pictures or something. But I just know I'm having a lot of fun with it. And to everyone out there watching this, we've got the Twitter handle of both Greg and Labrahodl below, so you can check out their meme production on Twitter. Also, it's Friday the 13th. How's your feelings about that, guys? Are you scared?
You're scared to roll.
I think Raul's the only one that's scared.
Raul, that's right.
He
must be scared today, Raul Pal. He must be scared. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th. Can one of you, for the people who don't know that meme, explain exactly what Raul is scared of? Did he make some comment that he was scared it was going to go down to 8,000 or something?
I think.
Oh, nobody knows anymore. We just know he's scared. That's it.
No. The genesis of it was a Stony Bits and me.
Right.
Did you see it? I don't.
Probably did, but why was he supposedly scared?
I think it started with he had an interview with VJ in Swan, I think.
Uh-huh.
And then he started to explain all the downsides of Ethereum, and then I think that's what really scared him off. But then I think
Yeah.
that's where he started, and then I think Raul tweeted something about going to 7K, and that one really scared him off, and
Yes.
that's when it all started.
Nice. Yeah, he has been a bit of a proponent for Ethereum. I guess he hasn't done the research, or really he hasn't been open for the explanations for why that is not the avenue you want to go down of. And saying that reminds me, what I didn't say in the beginning is this is called the toxic happy hour because we are toxic towards scams that delay the adoption of global sound money. We don't like that. We don't like scamsters on this show that are out to enrich themselves by trying to convince people that using a couple of buzzwords, their coin is somehow magical and has a future. Bitcoin has a future, in my opinion, and not much else has a future. If you want to create any tokens for any utility, whatever, can be done on the Liquid network. That may have a future for certain types of assets. I'm not saying everything should be put on a blockchain, far from it, but we're toxic towards, there we got Plan Marcus. So Marcus, I was just mentioning earlier, you were doing videos with, he's in the chat, videos where he has the sounds as well. Probably my favorite meme for this month, I think it was Marcus that created that, was with the guy sitting and beating the drums, and then the cat is going like this, and it's to the
That was
it's like
awesome.
He's been spitting fire lately.
yeah, it's been awesome. By the way,
Yeah.
so we got a question from Bob Barberson here asking where Poplar is, and he has been prohibited from his busy schedule, unfortunately. He's still, I think, acclimatizing after coming back from his overseas travels.
He has real work.
He's got some real work. He's got family,
Got real work to do.
yeah, all of that. He's got other priorities in his life than Bitcoin. I can't explain it, but I understand that is the case for some people. So what else is up, guys?
I want to go back to Raul Powell. I mean, I understand his position. I get what he's saying. I get what he sees about Ethereum. He's just wrong. And he's gonna get hurt financially by riding that horse. But he thinks the whole finance world is gonna sit on top of Ethereum with tokens and derivatives, and it's just skeuomorphic design. It's not going anywhere. Feel bad for the guy. It's all right. It's 80% of his position's Bitcoin. He'll be all right.
Is it 80% of his total portfolio, or is it 80% of his cryptocurrency?
I think it's 80% of his cryptocurrency position.
Right. Yeah, because a guy like him for sure would have also some real estate, maybe gold, some stocks for sure. George or Labrahodl, I have to withdraw my word saying it was Plan Marcus. He's saying in the chat that it was your idea, and he just added words. You collaborated on that. So is that the case?
I think I retweeted that video, and I think I put some like lyrics in there, like "Have fun staying poor, have fun staying poor."
Yeah.
No, it was "I told you so." I'm still have this song in my head. I told you so. I told you so. Have fun staying poor. And then Marcus added the lyrics.
Right.
That was awesome.
The music is good though. I love the music in that one.
It's still in my head. It's still ringing in my head. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You said it was from Finland?
No, yeah. So that other video, that was another video, like that guy with the guy on the bench playing that that beat with the cat hit banging, enjoying the Bitcoin price action. I mean, that's not from Finland, but there was one YouTube video that one of you guys shared of 4 people, like professional singers, that was singing the same song basically. But with
But I think
tomorrow and
I
there's, and I
thought it
could
was.
hear that was Finnish. I'm pretty sure it's Finnish.
Yeah, I thought it was the same song.
Oh, it's the same song, but like
Yeah.
adapted to. They were singing in their own language, weren't they? Am I mistaken? Look, this is
Would they be
hours
singing in
ago.
somebody else's language? I mean,
Well, it could be English, or it could be the original song language. Um, I just want to say I didn't write what's on the screen right now. Someone else put it right up there on the screen, and there it is, and now it's gone. Okay,
Ethereum is a
Greg,
shit coin.
that was a little bit about of Raoul Pal being scared. George, what's going on with you in the land of Bitcoin? You're part of the Bitcoin woods.
Now I was just shit posting on Ethereum. The thing is just, man, that thing is going to fail like really bad. I mean, it had
it's so
2
bad.
bugs in 1 week. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, so tell us
it's
about that.
centralized.
Tell
Yeah,
the
it's
viewers a little bit about those 2 bugs, if you know about them.
yeah. One actually have the. I was reading that thing today earlier. So one was a severe bug. I have it here. Found in core library for Ethereum and ETC. That's Ethereum Classic. It's supposedly to be fixed, and then the other one was that a server failed, and then no, there was a bug, and then another fork of Ethereum was generated.
Fantastic.
So
A third one
yeah,
or
so
whatever. Yeah, and as I recall, that bug fix came from a centralized point of control over the Ethereum blockchain. It wasn't a peer-to-peer review of a bug fix that then was by consensus rules were adapted by Ethereum nodes to fix the bug. It was basically centralized, pushed out, which just once again proves that Ethereum, like all the other altcoins, really are centralized. And if you don't have decentralization, you don't have immutability. You don't have censorship resistance to transactions. You don't have unconfiscatable wealth, and those are 2 very, very important um, uh, properties of Bitcoin that really important for making Bitcoin valuable as a government-resistant money. So the rest is just it gets to live because no one is fearing that's going to revolutionize money anyway.
yeah, I mean it's a centralized system, so they are able to do rollbacks if they have to. So it doesn't make any sense. I mean, and I've been posting like all the things that you can do on Ethereum network. You can just do it on SQL Server. It's centralized. You can do rollbacks. It's more secure even. So everything that is inside of Ethereum, I don't know.
It's
I
an
mean, like,
expensive SQL server.
yep,
Yeah.
And a
exactly.
slow one.
Yeah.
Ethereum,
Yep.
what it does really, it takes care of needs that a database can take care of. And in that case, using a blockchain is really wasteful. It's slow, it's cumbersome, it's far from optimal. But what blockchain does is it has some advantages as long as it's decentralized. It has those advantages of creating permissionless value transfer. You don't need to ask the government permission to send money to WikiLeaks that expose, dark government secrets, and also no one can seize your funds from you. That's really, some of the main advantages of having a blockchain. But if you have a centralized blockchain, it's like you have centralized decentralization. It makes no sense.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. On that note, I will introduce my Woodford Reserve, and if we get it right, could you hear that? Or
Excellent choice. Yeah.
you had this before? Or?
Mm-hmm. Woodford Reserve is excellent.
Yeah, I saw the bottle, and then it's like it has a label badge and a bottle number, and then you think, okay, you know, must be good, right? It's good marketing,
Right?
and
Yeah.
and I thought I'd try that instead of the classic JD, Jack Daniels,
Oh.
and Coke. So I'm taking this nice reserve. I'm mixing it up with a Coke and making the classic American drink,
No,
right?
don't.
Bourbon Coke.
No. What are you doing to the Woodford? You're ruining it.
All
Just
right,
put it in
next.
a glass with some ice.
Yeah, there was ice, but you know. Next one, I'll try it for you. I will try it straight with the ice, like I
Okay.
usually
There
do
you go.
with Scotch.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what I usually do.
I don't have a leg to stand on with what I'm drinking, so.
Right. Mango with alcohol. Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
Let's talk
tropical.
price. It's always fun talking about the price, especially in 2020 after the halving here.
Are we pumping right
2008.
now?
No, we're not. But at least we're not
No.
gay
No.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's, that's a
we're
good.
We
close.
only
We're
are.
real close.
The gay
Yeah.
thing has been hitting really hard. I've seen some posts there, so I think some people want to be below the level
I
right
know.
now.
No,
They want to continue to be gay right now.
absolutely.
All right. So Marcus is saying that I can run the bar at the $100,000 party. Look, if that is my way into Michael Saylor's yacht party, then I'll do anything. I'll run the bar. Don't worry. Like I've done a bit of bartending before. I know how to pour Guinness for sure, which is hard to come by people who know how to pour Guinness, especially here. To be honest, I'm sorry,
You should be able to
America.
get in. You should be able to get in if you can explain what a UTXO is, right?
Yes, you're right. So I'm gonna. Yeah,
They
that's
should let
right.
you in.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's one way, or you
So
can do the couch. The you can do the couch
Well,
casting.
well, it just means Peter McCormick can't come.
right. I think you got a good point there. But back to the price action, Bitcoin is only up about 50% since the 1st of October. That is 50. It's not 15. 50%. So how do you guys feel about that?
She got a
We need to
long way to
pump
run.
harder, man. Yeah, we need
She
to
got a
pump harder.
long way to run.
Those are rookie numbers, man.
Those are rookie numbers.
They are rookie numbers.
Those are rookie numbers.
But it's the fact that still we've gone above the 8-9 or whatever. It does give me that feeling that even though I have strongly believe we're going to six figures by the end of this bull run, and now it's confirmed, in my opinion. Like there's no way we're not at 16,000 now to top out at 25, and that's it, because we didn't even get started yet. So to me, it just confirms this is the four party, is the pre-party before the actual 2021 party, and maybe Q1 2022 will be the after party. We'll see about that. But what are your expectations for how far can Bitcoin go, Labrahodl, in this bull run? What do you say? What do you think is realistic? And if you don't have a strong opinion, you can say that.
Yeah, I think that 300K, I think we can reach that. But I don't know. I'm lately thinking of, I'm just thinking of sats right now. Like I'm no longer keeping my money in fiat. I'm just thinking of Bitcoin right now. So it's like the price, I know it's gonna skyrocket, but still I feel confident that the sats and Bitcoin will be the standard. So
I totally agree. I'd love to hear Hamster GregZaj opinion on that as well. However, I oppose to that. I mean, I know one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, and so many people are saying it's because it's like because it's kind of like showing disrespect to fiat and that we don't believe in fiat future. I agree. I don't believe in fiat future. However, to me, the price of Bitcoin is basically measuring how far we've come in the disruption of money. It's a measurement of purchasing power because we still have prices in fiat. So to me, it is relevant, which type of bicycle I can buy for 5 million sats. I think it's okay to be interested in that, because it's an increase in purchasing power. It shows us how far we are in disruption. Greg, what do you think?
My base case for this bull run is escape velocity. I think
that's worst case.
Base case. Base case. So I think it's close to a 50-50, man. I'd say like 51% chance it just keeps going and we don't see a downturn. I think we've seen the bull market cycles taking longer and longer amounts of time. It really wouldn't surprise me that by the end of the year we smash through the all-time high.
Yeah, that's likely.
And I would expect a less volatile, but with Bitcoin's volatile anyway, but a less volatile rise through the bull run, and then I think it's gonna run through the next halving. I think you're gonna see the stock to flow model break to the upside.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that will happen as well, but I still think it's going to happen after the 2024 halving. But there's no doubt if this bull run does not break until the next halving, that's it for sure. I agree. But to me, I've said it before, so I hope I don't bore anyone if they watched before. Like all the things for Bitcoin to take over as money of the world absolutely are in place. I totally agree. I just think that the one thing we cannot underestimate is the fact that you have people now that are financial independent in Bitcoin. We have people that will be financially independent in Bitcoin when it reaches 20, 30, 40,000. That's just the way it is. And also depending on their cost of living. But when Bitcoin goes above 200,000, then you have people that they're not only financial independent, they're financial independent like times a double-digit amount. And in that situation, even though you are convinced, like I am, that Bitcoin, is the future money standard, it still will almost be, it's a wrong choice. If you are, say, 25x financial independent, why would you not take two of those off the table, put them in something else that in case something happens to this one asset that you're convinced, and to be honest, so when I speak to different...
You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Okay, I will let you come with your arguments.
You're
I
wrong.
want to finish. I hear you, and you're going to disappear from the stream right there, and he's back.
That's censorship, so man.
Just reminder, yeah.
That's censorship.
This is unfortunately not, this show is not built on top of Bitcoin, so it is not censorship resistance. We have strong censorship. Actually, we don't, but as I was trying to say, so all the Bitcoiners that I speak to that saying that, even the ones saying that I believe this one, just like you, naively saying we're going to go to the moon now. I'm kidding. You're saying 51% chance. They're still all telling me, yeah, but I'm going to take profits above 200,000, or I'm going to take profits at 100,000. And it's all it takes. All it takes is for the people that today accumulated holds 18.5 million Bitcoin to say, you know what? Now we are up 20x from previously, or 15x or 10x. I'm going to take a little bit off the table. That's all it takes for supply to overpower demand. And then all the people, which is the majority, that bought Bitcoin because there was a price going like this, they're like, I want to be rich. The asset goes like this. I want it. Once they see it go like that, we see the same that we do in every single bear market. Weak hands are shaken out. But I agree, the bear market will not be as long as previously because, as you rightly said, bull markets take longer time. Also, another thing happens, and that is the uptrend before the next halving starts also earlier. So last time we had a bear market lasting 12 months from the peak all-time high to the capitulation bottom, and that 12 months is eaten from both sides. That's my point. But let's hear, Greg, why you think I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong, and I think you're only wrong because of the last 6 months. I think COVID is the only thing that's changed. I would have been with you on your position back in January. I would have been of the same mind. But in the United States, we're looking down the barrel of more lockdowns as infection rates go up, and it's going to be the same. It's going to be more the same as last time. It's going to be more stimulus. There's going to be more printing. There's going to be more propping up of zombie companies, and the people who are smart already see the writing on the wall. You got the Michael Saylors of the world, the other publicly traded companies that are going to be looking at Bitcoin as a defensive play, right? So there's nothing wrong with taking profits off the table. If we go to 100, 200K, yeah, of course, take some profits, enjoy your life a little bit because it's going to keep going anyway. But you're seeing an acceleration of trends that were already in place because of COVID. Nobody knew what Zoom was in January. Now, how big of a company is it? People are working remotely from their homes, and then you've got the government's going to try to. This is governments all around the world, not one particular government. They're going to try to fix the wealth inequality problem they've created with money printing and the Cantillon effect. They're going to try to fix it with injecting money directly into the economy, and that's going to come in the form of UBI.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
For
and
a hamster, you're doing well.
And what?
I said, for a hamster, you're doing well.
Thank you.
I like you think. I like the way you think. I like the way you think.
So you look at, there's a famous chart of the Weimar Republic and the German mark versus gold, where everything looks fine. It's kind of creeping up. And then it hits this freaking wall of like S-curve adoption, we'll call it, because that's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. But the hyperinflation happens when you start injecting money into the base layer society. People are going to spend it. Because right now, all QE is doing is injecting all of that money into the top layer of society. It's going right into assets, it's going into real estate, it's going to stocks, it's going into bonds, and you see those prices inflating like a motherfucker. And as soon as that money comes in at the lower end of the pyramid, you're going to see inflation, real inflation. And I don't know how much they're going to push into the economy. I don't know whether it's going to be hyperinflation or just regular shitty lots of inflation, but it's not going to match CPI. It's going to be real inflation that hurts people. Your bread is going to cost more, your milk is going to cost more, gasoline is going to cost more, the shit you want costs more, cars, houses, whatever. And as that's happening, people like we've seen in Venezuela and Turkey and Argentina are going to take their money and put it into something that's actually going to store their value. It's going to go into Bitcoin. The same way that these corporate treasuries are taking a hard look at Bitcoin, Paul Tudor Jones and Bill Miller. If you think these guys are taking 1% what the fuck positions, you're out of your mind. They're taking 5, 10, 100% of their treasury positions, and they're taking it stealthily right now. And it's a different type of player that's entered the market. So in previous bull runs where it's been retail driven, and these people take their profits at the top, really tanks the market. This time, when the plebs take their profits, you're going to have instant want. You're going to have instant demand from these corporate treasuries. And if the market cap at that point is in the trillions, it looks safe to what are they called? Sovereign funds or pension funds. At that point, when the asset looks safe to them and they start allocating funds to it, what happens to the bond market? Right, you lose all of those players in the bond market, and then the Fed has to step up their game, buying more and more to keep that yield curve under control, which is a losing scenario, right? So if they lose all of their buyers except for the Fed, and the bond market blows up, how many trillions of dollars evaporate instantly? It's not going to be a slow implosion. It's going to be like the Weimar Republic. It's going to go nuts. There's not going to be a whole lot of warning. You'll see newspaper headlines saying like people trying to store their value in different currencies. what's happening with the trade war with China. It's really the currency wars between the EU and China and the US, and they're really messing up our currency. Like those are going to be the headlines you see before anybody ever realizes that it's money printing and UBI that's screwing up the currency. But as that transfer happens into Bitcoin with your store value, it's not just the currency. It's not just the stock market or the bond market that are going to lose their store value function. It's everything that's accrued of store value function since we broke the money. So your stock market, your bond market, real estate, art, anything that's accrued a monetary premium over the last, since let's call it 1971. It's been longer than that, but it's a nice date to pick. Yeah, everything that's accrued that store value function is going to start losing its store of value function to Bitcoin because of Gresham's law. The good money pushes out the bad. And you're talking about a base case scenario of $250 trillion is the problem you're going to solve. And then you start taking into account the fact that I don't know what the monetary premium that's accrued to real estate and the bond market and stocks is, but those markets are hundreds of trillions of dollars themselves. And when they start losing their store of value monetary premium and losing it to Bitcoin, again, the people who are holding Bitcoin are going to see this weird, we think we've seen what bull runs look like, where it goes from $1,000 to $20,000 in the space of a year, but that's nothing. It's fucking nothing. You're going to hit this S-curve wall of adoption that's just going to rip people's faces off. That's why I think you're wrong.
I love your argumentation. You're a deep thinker. I like it. I really like your input here. There's so many things I totally agree on. And again, I can only say, yes, we are going to a full Bitcoin standard. And I know 2017 was retail driven. This is definitely more corporate and professionally driven investments. And even guys like GigaChat that are not doing it as investment, they're essentially, Michael Saylor didn't invest in he didn't invest in Bitcoin. He just changed his monetary policy to saying this is a better money. We're going to adopt that instead. It's not an investment for him. It's just that this is the better money. We're going to use that. So all of that I agree with. I just think that most people, including you, underestimate that diversification of value, not to altcoins, not to dirt coins.
Where are you going to put it if you take profit?
Where are you going to put it?
Yeah, I agree.
There's
like
nothing else worth.
To me,
when that monetary premium evaporates,
all other assets to me, all stocks, real estate, all will be worth less 10 years from now than now, because they're kept up in value from an artificial interest rate of negative or zero. That artificial interest rate can only be kept because we have an artificial currency, an artificial money. Like it's a currency, it's not a money. And every time the mortgage interest rate is reduced, housing prices go up. It's the same thing for stocks, etc. When money becomes artificially cheap, people look to store that value in something that is not being diluted to the same extent.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's not just that the money's broken. I mean, the money's broken, which leads to other problems. That's the base problem.
No, I agree with all of that. All I'm saying is, it's not about investors taking profits. I understand Michael Saylor is not taking profit. It's not about investors taking profit. What it's about is right now, 18.5 million Bitcoins are in the hands of not Michael Saylor. He's got 40,000, I think it is. It's not it's not in the hands of Apple, Google, Microsoft, etc. yet. And that 18.5 million Bitcoins is in the hand of relatively few entities, relatively few people. And when we do 20x from the current level, they will be insane not to say, I'm going to take 10, 20% off the table, even though Bitcoin is going to do another 100x from there, in my opinion. But there will be people that will say, okay, now is the time. I'm going to pay off my house, or I'm going to get a new house, or I'm going to get a summer house, or I'm going to get a car, or I'm going to get an island, for those that were early enough, or they're going to get a private jet. They're going to get some assets that are not as, not looking as good as Bitcoin, because you can't get anything that is looking as promising as Bitcoin, in my opinion. But just in case anything happens, which I don't think will, and I think most Bitcoiners understand that nothing is likely at all to happen to Bitcoin. But you cannot have financial independence times, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 times and not take 2 times off the table just in case. And I think that happens. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy won't be selling because there's a crash, 50% crash. He won't be selling, but there will also be a lot of investors that come in that will get scared because they don't know what they bought. So I agree with everything, but I think that feature will happen in the next bull run. I mean, in the current bull run, but the next one, Bitcoin becomes such a big part of global money value. Like we're still like 0.25%. Bitcoin is 0.25%, so it doesn't matter. Bitcoin going up in value even to 250,000 is not going to create fiat inflation. When Bitcoin after the 2024 halving goes to say $3 million, it's going to create fiat inflation for the first time that is visible. I think that's going to be that tipping point.
Bitcoin doesn't create the fiat inflation, though.
Yeah, but it's sucking value out of it. So in 2025, 2026, any business accepting money as payment, which is what you accept as payment, they will start to say, we're accepting Bitcoin, and if you're going to give us fiat, which has been reduced to maybe half of global monetary value, 60% of global monetary value, you will need to pay more because it's just so worthless compared to Bitcoin.
They're gonna have a BitPay server or something else at the store that's going to convert either fiat or BTC into fiat or BTC immediately.
Yeah, and my point is that relationship is going to be so, right now 0.25% it's nothing, but that relationship between Bitcoin and the fiat that they accept to convert into Bitcoin is going to be so big that it's going to hurt fiat prices. It's my hunch. That's what I think will happen to, at the same time, remember they're going to print a lot of money, so that I think will trickle to consumer prices after 2024 halving.
You've got 2 different types of printing. So you've got printing that's QE, which is inflationary asset prices. You've got the special purpose vehicles that purchase corporate bonds, which I would, if you watch Stephen Van Meter, the self-crowned bond king, he would argue that's deflationary in nature. And then really the UBI is what's going to be the inflationary piece of this. But I don't think Bitcoin I don't think Bitcoin causes inflation.
It's up for debate. I like to be honest, I like to refine it's something that I'm still, it's a train of thought and argumentation that I'm still developing. But I just see that, and you might be on to some of the causes here. The wealth diversification created by this massive amount of like quantitative easing and steroids 5 years from now will probably create UBI if it's even going to wait that long, which means that everyone
UBI is coming in 2021.
Yeah. Okay, so even if it's coming in 2021, if we get free money in the hands of people, there's your CPI, consumer price index, inflation. I also want to bring Labrahodl into the conversation here. Wolf.
Yeah, no, I was. Yeah, I was.
I was just thinking about Greg. I love your way of thinking. Sorry, Labrahodl. I just wanted to let Greg know that It's not that I want him to be quiet. He's great, very valuable input here. I love it.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about the CBDCs that definitely they are coming and sending like this helicopter money directly to people. And what freaks me out is that people who right now are holding Bitcoin, and when these CBDCs come out and the prices skyrockets, people are going to sell their Bitcoin to the CBDCs. CBDCs are going to hold those Bitcoin. They are going to do all these things that they did with the gold last century. So that's the thing that really worries me. So I think that's why my position right now will be not to sell any Bitcoin. Like still earning in fiat, put it all on Bitcoin and not sell, because this thing is going to be huge. It's going to absorb everything, and we are still like really, really early on this. So that's why I will not be taking any profit on this bull run, to be honest. I think this thing is going to be bigger. That's why.
It's absolutely going to be monstrous, big, no doubt about it. I just want to say a quick comment, and I really want to hear Greg's views as well. That you're saying that there may be Bitcoiners that want to get some of these central bank digital currencies. I think the only people interested in central bank currencies are the ones that didn't already educate themselves on Bitcoin. Any Bitcoiner won't touch it more than necessarily. Like I don't touch US dollars more than necessary because the bills I have to pay, they only accept US dollars. I have as little US dollars as possible. I am short the US dollar and have been for many years now, made sure I have more debt in US dollars than I hold cash because I don't believe in it and I think it's going down. And it is going down compared to Bitcoin. I find Bitcoin a better place to store my fiat currency loan value. Greg.
Yeah, but that's
okay, go ahead.
the maxis. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but that's us, like the maxis. But I know people who are holding Bitcoin right now, and they are willing to sell it, man, to buy Lambos or whatever. And I think that's really stupid. But people is going to do that. Yeah.
No, I agree. And, that's what I'm saying when I'm saying that people will, there will people that will be unloading amounts of Bitcoin between 200 and 400,000.
I'm going to buy it
And
anyway.
you just need to tip the balance. Once the price goes down a little bit, you know how it is. People get scared. Weekends are shaken out.
Yeah, but you're thinking of it all wrong, right? So at 1020x where we are now, you're in the trillions, right? Market cap's in the trillions. You are
Greg,
now
I just want to
safe.
say, before you continue, I really appreciate having you on for the first and the last time on the Toxic Happy Hour. It's been a pleasure. I'm kidding. I love it. I love it. I want to be challenged. I love it. It was great knowing you. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know where I was. God damn it.
See, that's what I did. You had an excellent line of argumentation, disagreeing with me, so I had to just throw you off balance there.
It works. It works every time.
That's how I operate. I'm like the Gestapo here.
No, I remember what I was going to say. All right, so at 1020x where we are now with market cap, you become a safe asset for sovereign wealth funds and pension funds, right? So it's not a retail environment. And I'm just staring at the top of your head right now. Oh, there you are. All right, so it's not a retail environment anymore, right? So when me and Labrahodl's friends who want to take profits at the top or at 200K or whatever, right? All I'm saying is that we're not relying on retail investors anymore to take up that extra supply. And you're going to have not just corporates, but sovereign wealth funds and pension funds that are more than happy to purchase that Bitcoin at what they're going to see as a discount.
All right. You think I'm wrong. I really appreciate that. So we're going to make a bet right now, small bet, if Bitcoin, so, I mean, if you're talking that we're breaking upside now, I would love to be wrong. Okay, I would love to be wrong. But if Bitcoin does last time we saw 30% corrections, 5-6 times on the way to the 20,000 top. Those are corrections. Let's say above 50%, there's been more of a, maybe not bear market, but we are somewhere between heavy correction and bear market. So I'm willing to say, if you're willing to say that, and I will forget this afterwards anyway, we need someone to remind us that if
No, it's
Bitcoin,
going on Twitter. It's getting
recorded.
timestamped. I don't
It's
even know
going
where
on
I'm betting
YouTube.
yet.
if Bitcoin, but I don't bet very much, so it's like it's not going to be important. But if Bitcoin does more than a 50% correction anytime from now until infinity, you owe me a steak dinner, best steakhouse, unlimited steak and drinks.
Unlimited steak and drinks. Done. I'll take that bet. I'll take
Right.
that bet.
But if it doesn't happen before the end of 2022, because you got to have a reward as well, I'm taking you for the same thing, right? So, because I'm saying it's happening latest in 2022. So 50% correction, because I don't think we're going 85% like we did recently. Each time is a little bit less.
It's an asymmetric bet for you, because if I win, it's not going to cost you much of your Bitcoin to take me out for steak. But if I lose, it's costing me more of my Bitcoin to take you out for steak. I get it. It's a good bet for you. It works.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is totally. See, that's what Bitcoin is like. Bitcoin is like, what's it called? What do they call this?
I love it.
What do they like? What do they call this? Like all the smart people say that this bet you can make, like
asymmetric.
It's an asymmetric bet. I like to make asymmetrical bets. I love the fact that you have to pay me more than I have to pay you, even though made it sound like we're good, we even.
You thought about it ahead of time.
I didn't. Yeah. It's just I am just on my backbone. I happen to be thinking of asymmetrical bets. I love it. I'm a maxi. No, I'm not a maxi. I'm a toximalist. I'm proud to. I'm toxic towards scams as everyone should be.
I have to reset the node.
Go, Greg. Oh, he's resetting the node.
He's resetting the node, yeah.
Which is great because George, I'm gonna try and give you a little bit of airtime here because you got some great insights as well. So who's gonna win this bet? You think that Greg is gonna see this, right? Because you don't believe there's gonna be a 50% correction.
I don't know if there's going to be a 50% correction, to be honest. It could happen, maybe not. But I think that the correction will just, will not be as sharp as we have seen, like for the last, at least since I've been in the space, like for the last 3 years. I think those correction will be smaller. But
that's the history. History is the big and small. Like they went from 95% to I think 90% to like 85%. I don't think it's 80 next time. I think we're getting way closer to something a lot more stable in price. But I do see more than 50%. Otherwise, they wouldn't bet a stake on it.
Yeah. Hey, what about the thing that you posted the other day that you were like the winner on eToro?
Okay, yeah, I'm not a winner. It's not a competition, but on eToro, links also below. And while talking about links below, while I remember, anyone that wants to go to the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Los Angeles next summer, there is a 21% discount if you pay with dirty fiat. It's going to be late spring, early summer next year. And that link, we don't make any commission or anything. We just negotiated a nice fat discount to you guys out there if you want to come. But yeah, so the thing I posted was that so the way there's different investment platforms, right, where you can buy stocks and cryptocurrency, etc. And eToro is one such. Around the world, you can buy stocks on them as well. That's a big thing for them. In US, so far, they only have Bitcoin and dirt coins. So there I joined a year ago, fully focused on Bitcoin. So the so they have this thing called social investing, which means if I see what you're doing, I like your track record, all the stats are public knowledge. I can see how well did you do in July, etc. Then I can choose to allocate $1,000 to you, or whatever amount I want, and then copy your trades in real time, right? So if I trust what you're doing, and that's what I'm part of on eToro, and I was what I tweeted was I was the first popular investor on eToro in US to cross 1 million in assets under management. Not my 1 million, but the people that copy me. And right now it's 1.3 million. So that was to answer your question. That I was the first to reach that benchmark, or ballpark, or milestone, or whatever. And I'm proud of that. And what I really appreciate is the fact that I can help people be 100% focused to Bitcoin instead of making the mistake of acquiring coins that I don't believe in. It's better for them, and it's good for me. It's good for Bitcoin, to be honest.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Well, thank you.
I saved a guy the other day that I think Pierre Richard posted something, and somebody asked about Ethereum, and I was no, stay away from that.
Yeah, Ethereum.
Yeah.
See, we're all doing that. We're all doing that preaching because we want to help people. We want to help people to not give money to scammers, but instead, acquire buying power, to allocate to something that is increasing in buying power value. So we can do that many different ways. We can do it in many different ways. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think Vitalik knows he's a scammer, or do you think he thinks he's doing something good?
I think he knows he's a scammer. Look, he's smart enough to actually create a blockchain, which I'm not nowhere near being able to be smart enough to. And sure,
copy paste, Anders.
Sorry?
You can copy paste the Bitcoin blockchain.
Oh, all right. Let's make a coin.
Those are the developer skills. Copy paste. I've done that.
It's open source. It's already out there.
Source.
Charlie
you're right.
made a shit ton of money doing that.
Yeah. No, you know what? I would rather live in a small hut and have food for money and survival than I would scam people and live in a mansion. It's life is not worth living if you're a scammer, in my opinion. But not everyone has a moral, I guess.
More companies. Yeah.
Is BTC Moon guy buying an island? That's what I read.
No, he thinks he's saying that he. All right, let me find the chat. So we've got the chat from YouTube right in here that we can throw it on. He's saying island sounds good. That was when I was saying that. Look, there's guys that'll be buying Lambos, islands, and jets when we reach above 200,000, and that's also kind of securing yourself for the future. You gotta have. All of us need transportation. Lambos on the ground, private jets in the sky.
Yeah. Good luck with the maintenance on those ones.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I ran the numbers. It's very expensive.
Maybe yeah.
Fucking look at your Bitcoiner.
Hey, but it becomes a relevant question one day, guys. That's where we're going with Bitcoin. So,
hey, did you see this? I lost it. Here it is. These Bitcoin movie clips. I don't know.
He's been posting a lot, or she. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's posting like video, like movie clips, and he's putting subtitles. It's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like they posted one of the Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Game of Thrones one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love when there's videos with sound on, and that's where I have a request to you, Greg, to up your meme game to the pro level.
Just because you can't read?
Yeah. I can, but it's just more. You got to talk to all senses. You got to get the audio in there. No, but you can practice. You got a bull run to practice.
I don't know, man. I speak fiat. With my memes, man.
I didn't want to.
They come quick and they look shitty.
I
But they're
did
funny.
not. No, they don't. They're good. You know, but
If
you are
see it with
making,
me, man, I don't know what I'm doing.
Greg. You're making some of the best 2D memes
Yeah,
out
man.
there.
Yeah. I'm an
Absolutely.
indie developer. I'm an indie meme developer. Can't
Right.
afford, can't afford this 3D shit with sound. Can't afford
Right.
sound, Anders.
No, it's like,
No many
does it
pro
does it
applications I have
cost
to purchase
anything?
for
Yeah.
that.
Does it cost anything with sound?
Probably not.
I don't think so. What do you guys do when you're not wasting your time on Bitcoin Twitter? You don't have to say which company you work at, you know, but you can say what you're doing with your life without, doxing yourself. Oh, what is that I hear, Greg? What is that I hear? I heard something. I heard something was being opened.
I changed flavors.
A lemon.
Lemon.
What
Ooh.
happened? What about a glass of skim milk, nice and cold skim milk? That might be good as well.
If I were at Puppy's house, maybe.
Yeah. All right. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Point taken. But what do you guys do outside Bitcoin?
Go ahead, Greg.
Fine.
Nothing, I guess. Nothing.
No. I work for the enemy. I work at a small finance firm.
Ooh.
I sell my soul all day, and I take that dirty fiat and I turn it into Bitcoin.
So I would
I'm
say
playing
you're.
both sides so that I always come out on top.
I mean, I can't, and I won't blame you. The fact that you this way, you're selling your soul to create buying power to set the floor. I appreciate it.
Right.
I do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. It means the world to me.
And Plan Marcus found
Every
the
time.
one and
A
only red
balloon.
Every
balloon.
time.
There we go. Thanks, Marcus. I was afraid that no one would find it, and we'd be kind of lost without the red balloon. I love it.
He's stuck now. He needs to do that every video that you do.
He does, yeah. But he is
Yeah.
becoming a legend together with BTC Moon Guy for always being in there, and the rest of the awesome people in the chat. We've got
Yeah,
the
he's under
It's
follow
the best
on
chat.
Twitter.
best chat in the space.
Best chat in space. Absolutely.
Not the best host, no, but the best chat in the space. We love it.
You gotta take your wins where you can get them.
Right.
eToro and best chat in space.
Could we say the most drunk hosts in the space? But that would have to include Poppy because I'm sober, but maybe Poppy. He's not here though to defend himself.
Bobby loves to drink on the show.
I love the fact that there's no comments. All right, so Greg, you're
No, I was gonna
selling
say
your
that
soul. Yeah.
Plan Marcus is so under follow on Twitter, man.
Sorry. Yeah.
Plan Marcus, he's so under follow on Twitter.
He's what? Unfollowed or
Under follow?
Underfollowed.
Oh yeah.
Underfollowed.
Oh, I got my
Marcus.
ears all fucked up.
Marcus, I
Sorry, it's
didn't.
my second beer.
I didn't. I think it was last week, within the last 10 days or something, that I came across Marcus. Was it? Maybe it was him who did the toxic happy hour with those two puppets and me and Puppy. I can't remember, but yeah, I just followed Marcus the last 10 days.
Yeah,
great stuff there. Great stuff. So
put the subtitles on the video the other day.
right. But Labrahodl, what do you do outside Bitcoin?
Outside Bitcoin, let me just grab a beer right now. Yeah, you can listen to me, right?
We can talk.
Yeah,
we're flexible.
So yeah, I'm taking my flying lessons right now. So that's one of the things that I want to achieve, having my private pilot license. So that's what I do outside of Bitcoin and work.
Nice. And what type of work do you do?
IT.
IT.
So all computers. Yep.
All right. So we got an IT guy and we got a
soul seller.
Yeah.
What kind of IT work is that?
It's an implementation work. So new clients that come to our company, I just help them to set up the system and integrations, help them with the initial setup. Sometimes I work on SQL Server, Windows Server, all those things. So it's kind of boring.
No, but whatever helps you stack sats, that's what it's all about. That's what.
Oh yeah, I'm taking all the fiat and put it on Bitcoin, man. I just keep some fiat just for an emergency. That's it.
Can
The
you
rest,
imagine? Can you imagine that there's people out there that are still willing to accept fiat for Bitcoin? You can actually get Bitcoin for fiat. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that mind blowing?
How else are you going to get it? They have to
I
work for
know, Greg, but the fact that people are willing to
you lost me on
give
the.
you their Bitcoin for fiat.
The
What
fact that they're
anyone?
willing to sell it at this price is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
See, that's
Do people know what you're holding on to?
To be honest, to me, that's part of the really, really interesting thing with this disruption, because no disruption apparently yet happens overnight. Bitcoin was launched as the best money the world had ever seen early January 2009, but it takes time. It's that process from being five guys know about it and still it's unproven, it's untested, it's not battle hardened, but we're going from that early stage, random project, has a shot, nothing is proven, five people know about it, to eventually, and we're in that process going towards global money adaptation and sucking out stored value from real estate and stocks. And that whole process, which is what we're seeing now, once you've gone down the rabbit hole and done the education, you think that 16,000 is ridiculously cheap. I agree. But that process.
What do you mean by money?
I mean,
what do you mean by global money?
By global money, I mean that the dominant store of value that can also be used as a medium of exchange. Real estate can't be used as a medium of exchange, but money to me is a dominant store of value, which is also the one that is chosen as the medium of exchange, the most practical medium of exchange for goods and services. You look up money in the dictionary and it says that money can store value. So we all know that fiat currency cannot store value. It's only a medium of exchange. It's a built-in policy that fiat currency is not money. Agree or disagree?
I like your answer.
All right.
I like your answer.
Surprise.
I think Bitcoin. Well, I think Bitcoin will be used less as. I don't think fiat's going away.
You're one of those bearish guys.
No. Didn't I just tell you escape velocity? Did we just bet a stake?
Why do you think that fiat has a chance, though, a survival chance? Because you have the thinking in order.
Well, it's not that it has a survival chance. So it's going to change. So I think the game theory plays out and central banks end up hoarding as much as they can Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Right. And that's what's going to end up backing CBDCs, because who's going to take a CBDC 20 years from now if it's backed by full faith and credit of the government? Fuck off, right?
Yeah. We all know, I want you to continue, but while I remember, we all know what happened last time that central banks and government said, we're going to hold a valuable asset. We're going to give you something that is a claim on that valuable asset and trust us. We know what happens.
Right.
That's what worried.
I think
fought a very big war for that. A lot of people died.
Yeah, but it was necessary for gold, because gold was not as practical as a piece of note, as long as that piece of note could be trusted to be, exchanged for gold. But now we don't need the practicality of paper notes. They're inferior to Bitcoin on your mobile phone in a Lightning Network wallet, or on chain, which can also be on your mobile phone or laptop or whatever. So
no more counterparty
I don't
risk.
think anyone, and no one's going to be dumb enough to hold CB, central bank digital currency.
It's not dumb enough to hold. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's going to be less expensive to transact for that cup of coffee or for your sandwich in a local currency. and that local currency is going to have some sort of backing, because you're not going to transact in Bitcoin. You're not going to spend 5 satoshis on a sandwich and then have a what, like 100 satoshi transaction fee. That's stupid.
No, Lightning Network.
No,
Lightning
yeah,
Network,
Lightning Network.
baby.
Lightning Network's
Right.
working.
The fee
Absolutely.
is stop.
Yeah.
It's less than 1 penny. The fee is less than 1
I
penny.
agree. But you're still going to have local currencies, and they're these central banks. If you think they're not going to buy Bitcoin and try to reset with a currency backed by Bitcoin, which is going to be obviously your store value standard.
I think that's why CBDCs will come. They will just have the Bitcoin store in there while you are using their fiat, and that will make people make it easier to transact and eventually pick a currency that works for everybody. Like, let's say that you have your government
Like an
issued chip
SDR.
or whatever. Yeah, and they just, you know what? I'm just going to switch everything to dollars because it's cheaper. The CBDC will do it, and then people will transact with one money, while the CBDCs will just hold the Bitcoin for you, and they are going to steal your Bitcoin.
Because it's not like governments are going to go away. I mean, they're still going to provide some sort of value to people that live in that geographical area, but it's going to be it's going to be more like they're not going to be the giant government overreaches you see today, where they just try to control everything in your life. They're going to have to provide a service in order to provide value. That's going to be defense. It's going to be roads. It's going to be schools. They're going to be on the Bitcoin standard like everybody else.
I'm still bullish on Lightning Network.
Okay, so my question to you two, both believing in central bank digital currencies, which I didn't know before this stream.
I don't believe in them.
No. But you think you don't believe in them. But they will come. I agree. They will come. People that don't understand Bitcoin yet will use them until they understand Bitcoin. I think it will help the transition to Bitcoin because it's halfway there in terms of you can interchange it easier than today, where many banks are not happy about Bitcoin. But
and they will know how do you.
Question, so I see it.
I
see it as CBDCs will exist for less than 10 years, I think. But let me ask you, both of you. It's a question for both of you. I don't care who answers first. One of you go. But will you be holding central bank currencies, and if you do, how much of your savings will you be holding in central bank digital currencies? Right. All right. That answers my question from you. Thank you very much, Greg. Hamster has spoken. The dog, Labrahodl.
Zero.
See, that's my point. My answer is zero. I don't want to hold that. It's a dirt coin that they want to make.
That's the difference. We took the pill. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Greg, you said it's a different argument. Let me know. Let me hear.
It's just two different arguments. So it's obvious that at least for us, that you want to store your wealth. Anything long term you want to keep in Bitcoin. There's nothing else now or that I can see ever at this point that's going to come close to being a better store of value. But let's imagine a future where governments have to act in the way that I described before, where they have a much smaller role, but they still have they still have a function, and in that function, they're still going to want to control some sort of transactionality in their geographical area. So, if you want to pay your taxes for that mutual defense, or your taxes for those schools, or your taxes for those roads, they're going to make you pay it in the CBDC. And that CBDC is going to be.
All right. But my point is,
both of you get your Bitcoin.
Both of you want to hold absolute zero central bank digital currencies. Don't you think that as the understanding of Bitcoin spreads throughout the population, don't you think that other people will think the same as we do right now, where we have an intention of holding zero? That being said, if you can hold on to one more question. So do you think that the government will prefer to be paid their taxes in Bitcoin or in central bank digital currencies that they know they dilute and don't have the same value over time?
Except the CBDCs in the situation that you were describing are going to be backed in Bitcoin. and you no longer have to trust them that their gold reserves are what they say they are. You can hop on a fucking node and verify how much is being held in that wallet. So when they say that the money supply of their CBDC is 10x what they're holding in Bitcoin, you can just hop on your node. Okay, yeah, they're not bullshitting me because they can't.
Yeah, but so you think that governments are willing to give up their ability to print more, to hand
There's
out?
no willingness. There's no willingness to it. They're fucked.
But you see, they don't. Why would they? Why would they even attempt to bring about a money as good as Bitcoin? Because it removes all the reasons they have a currency today.
They can't.
They can't remove that.
No, and it's not the argument you're making where they're trying to create their own value with their own currency. Their currency will be backed in the only store of value that the world recognizes. The world recognizes Bitcoin as the only store of value that really matters, and they'll have a central bank digital currency that's based on that you pay your taxes in.
That we know from history is absolutely useless because it's a matter of time before they said, yeah, from now on you use the central bank digital currency and we're going to hold the Bitcoin. That's what they did with gold. And because people know that's going to happen, nobody wants to hold that dirt coin from the government.
Yeah, you'll convert your Bitcoin into however much CBDC you need for this particular transaction, and you'll call it a day. You wash your hands afterwards. But I mean, it's not something you're going to hold value in.
Right. But by the time that government finally understands Bitcoin, they will prefer their payments in Bitcoin because they know it's better. That's my argument. Labrahodl, you wanted to say something?
I was going to say that, people will still use whatever shitcoin the government issue. That's it. They will have the chance to change it for Bitcoin through the CBDC maybe. But at the end, the CBDCs will be just a tool for governments to censorship people. And even if you change it to Bitcoin and you withdraw it, they can track basically to which address you withdraw it. So that's why I'm so skeptical on CBDCs. It will make it easier for the government to send money directly to people, which is going to bring another problem, which is hyperinflation. And most of the people will be happy to receive free helicopter money from the government, and that's a big problem. Now, if you ask a maximalist if they receive money through CBDC, of course I'll take it. I switch it to Bitcoin and then just withdraw it. That's it. But I think most of the people will just be happy with whatever the government sends to their CBDC.
Right. Before I give you the work, Greg, and also I need to go get some ice cubes. Plan Mark, if you're still in the chat, I would actually really like to experiment. Since memeing was the subject for 10 minutes of this, and you're a great memer yourself, if you sent me, I would like to experiment what it looks like when we have 4 people on the chat. If it does like 4 horizontal pictures. Exactly. Plan Marcus, can you DM me on Twitter and I will send you the link to jump on here and we'll just experiment. I mean, we're just messing around, talking Bitcoin. So do that, Plan Marcus, if please you want to join with your, you have a camera, you have audio, and then I'll go get some ice cube. When I come back, I'll look at my DM and Twitter to see if you're there, Marcus. And I'm going to let you two guys take over from here.
Sure.
Until I'm back.
Yep. What's up, George?
What's up, man? So long.
Not much, just hanging out. I'm having a great time. You having a good time?
I'm having a good time, man.
Hell yeah, man. Good to finally meet you in person, kind of.
Yeah, we just chatted, right? Like on Twitter.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
it was a good time. I was popping on the keyboard.
So,
Oh, he's back.
You're running out of oh, I'm on the right side now.
Okay, that was fast.
Well, I'm in the kitchen. I got the ice cubes right here.
Right,
don't have my makeup on, bro. Oh, Plan Marcus doesn't have his makeup on, so unfortunately, he can't join. BTC Moon Guy is still around. I thought he left, but was that someone else leaving? I thought it was BTC Moon Guy.
All right, so look at Iran. right? Iran is capturing Bitcoin because they're forcing their energy producers, the ones that are using like stranded gas or the equivalent in oil for Bitcoin mining. They're forcing them to make those sales through the central bank. And I think that's a way that a lot of governments are at least going to try to use to start collecting Bitcoin for their reserves. Unless you're the U.S. government and you can
confiscate it from people,
confiscate BitMEX's entire stack.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest fear of exchanges is if the government decides to do what it did in 1933 and just take people's holdings. And that's why everyone should educate themselves in cold storage.
And this is a good thing for Bitcoin, for example. Just like a regular person like me can just go and buy some Bitcoin. You don't need to go through a third party or an institution to buy it. You can just do it yourself. So I think that's great, and it's a great advantage, at least for us right now, before big governments start actually buying Bitcoin, and they will buy it in a big way, like
that's
in a desperate way.
Look, whenever nation states officially, because already now we have Iran is mining, probably stuff is happening in other countries that are sanctioned. Venezuela, I don't know, around the world. North Korea probably is mining. I'm talking about on a government level. But once the first sort of non-sanctioned country makes it public that they are either mining or buying Bitcoin, I think there's a good chance that will trigger that upside break to the stock to flow. I mean, that's like the end game, the way I see it right now. Anyway,
what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen to make a government say that they've been collecting Bitcoin? Because nobody's gonna outright come and say it because they want to acquire as much as they can before it becomes public.
That's actually a really good game theory point there. Well, I think there's another reason that they want to be quiet about it, because no one wants to be invaded by US. And countries that have made it public that they wanted to create another money standard than using US dollar as world reserve currency, they have not survived very long. Muammar Gaddafi wanted to put Africa on a gold standard, and then out of nowhere, the country he controlled so well, all of a sudden there was a well-funded opposition that overthrew him and killed him in the desert. I'm not a fan of him. I'm just pointing to the fact.
Yeah, crazy. It happened out of nowhere.
Timing is funny, though. Just the timing is as funny as Fauci and the vaccine companies coming out a few days after the election and saying, we got the vaccine, we got it. It's right here, 90%. It works. That's also because before that it was only Trump saying it, but now it's like they all come out and say we've got a vaccine.
The election's done, and now we have a vaccine.
Yeah. Not that I want to talk a lot about that and get the channel banned. Let's not try and practice free speech here.
No.
That doesn't fly with big tech. Doesn't fly with big tech, that's for sure. So, all right.
So, who are we memeing next, Greg?
Yeah, tell us about your meme guy.
We need to,
Tell us about
what I want to do. What I really want to do is this Mortal Kombat, like all this line, and put the guy from the and put the guy from the
explain a little bit. Explain it so everybody understands your train of thought here.
Yeah. So I posted the other day the Mortal Kombat. You play Mortal Kombat, right, Anders?
Baracoma?
Mortal
Kombat.
I'm so sorry, guys. I don't. I used to have an Xbox. I played Halo. I know it's probably not. I don't know what level of street cred you get from that, but I worked at MSN and Microsoft. We were right next to the Xbox team. So while we were paid to work, we had Halo breaks, and that kind of got me hooked. We had a game room in Microsoft. So while we were paid our salaries, to keep employees happy, they let us play Halo. and also we have an amazing cafe latte machine, amazing coffee, espressos, everything, and foosball. Played a lot of foosball. I was good back then. So yeah, I'm Halo. I'm not Mortal Kombat. But explain the Mortal Kombat meme idea.
Mortal Kombat is from like 1990 something. I don't. 1993, I think. Yeah.
Early
Oh
1990s.
shit, I'm old, man. I'm fucking old. No, so in Mortal Kombat you have like this ladder that you have to climb. So you're fighting the other fighter, and then you just go to the next level, and then go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that you defeated, you just go like in a gray picture. So I made like this small ladder. It was like, I think it was Peter Shift, and then Keith McCullough was the next, and then it was the other lady. I don't remember the name.
Mm-hmm.
Francis Coppola? Is that who you had on there?
No, it was not Francis Coppola. It was the other lady.
She needs to go on. She needs to go on there. We need to meme her.
Yeah. She
She's
blocked you?
deserving.
No. I think she blocked you.
She
right?
blocked me so fast. I didn't even meme her. I commented on somebody that had said something about her, and I got blocked within minutes.
Yeah.
Within minutes.
What, guys? Both
Stephanie
of you.
Kilton. There you go. Thanks, HODL Depot. Stephanie Kilton.
Stephanie Kilton, right. MMT Queen.
The
what
points
we
lady.
got here?
Idiot.
Stephanie Kilton. Not sure what is meant
Freaking
for that. But
idiot.
hey, guys, you're both memers. You spend a lot of time on creating memes. Give me an idea of what gives you an idea for a meme. What are your thoughts? What's your approach? What do you want to achieve? And who's going to take it first, Greg or Labrahodl? Hamster versus dog. Who's going?
Greg's the master.
The master? No, there's no mastery in what I do. I want you to imagine a semi-automatic shotgun and loading shells into it. That's how I approach memeing. All right, I listen to pods all day, and I read the crypto news, and anything that comes to me goes immediately. If it comes, the second it hits my brain, it is in my Twitter feed.
It needs to go right away. Yeah,
it's just right away.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, same thing. I read something or I see something, I have to meme it right away because
you got to meme it right away. Yeah.
So
otherwise it loses its potency.
Yeah,
that's the way tweets work for me. If like I have been in a situation several times where I may be going for a walk or whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to tweet that. That's like I really want to tweet that. That's like a good point I want to get across to something. I get home, I have no clue what I was thinking about. Like if you don't tweet immediately, it's gone. You may be able to get some of it back, but usually it's just gone. And so you're saying it's the same with memes?
Yep. You can't think about it too long.
Right.
Yeah.
The only one that
shotgun bullets. Greg is writing shotgun.
Shotgun. I think American HODL makes fun of me all the time. 1 out of 36, he says it's funny. I think it's about right. 1 out of 36 of mine is funny.
Yeah.
Right.
But you go on a meme streak like a beast, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Marcus, get your makeup on.
All these memes, man.
I like
Marcus,
to
get your makeup on. Wear your dress. Send me a DM, Marcus. Come on, we got to get you on here. Wait, I got. There's a message here. It is from Marcus.
Hey, what's up, Christian? That's a friend
of mine. Yeah. He wants to stay undetected, undercover, under the radar.
Oh, Marcus?
Sorry about that, Marcus. So question.
That's understandable.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're such a toxic memer, it's a danger putting your face to it. That's why we have you guys in the studio, because it's like it's cute, it's entertaining.
Zero.
I'm nobody. Zero upset for me. I'm nobody.
Is there any chance? I mean, Labrahodl, I know you're far from US, but any chance of either you or Greg are gonna join the Bitcoin 2021 conference that I'm excited to go to next year in LA?
Greg has more chances than I do.
No, that's probably not gonna happen for me.
Okay, yeah, I know it's far for you as well. That's a shame. But we'll meet up at some other conference sometime.
I'm going to attempt BitBlock Boom. The next BitBlock Boom.
That is Texas, or?
I believe it's Texas. Yes.
When is it?
But they just had one. When is the next one?
Right. It gives me a whole year to try to make it.
You know what? I'll try and make it too. I'll meet you there.
See,
Greg.
it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. Once a year away.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to dig this up except me. I'm going to dig it up.
By the way, big announcement. Hidden well 1.5 hours into the Friday the 13th Toxic Caviar. Big announcement.
You're pregnant?
It looks like it. It does look like it. So it's a very good call. It was like, you're onto something there. Like, you're halfway right. But
well, now I'm interested.
Yeah, Matt Odell will come on the Toxic Happy Hour with me and Poppy on Tuesday next week. Let me just find my calendar. So that is going to be 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Tuesday the 17th of November, which is 4 o'clock East Coast time, New York time. So Matt Odell, the big privacy and Bitcoin security beast, that I'm really looking forward to meet Matt, and I think it's going to be a blast on the Toxic Happy Hour.
That's awesome.
He's also together with Marty Bent. He's behind Crypt on the Tails, which I think is one of the long-running Bitcoin podcasts in the space. On Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, Pop Lord is coming back on. Him and I believe we are doing this one on our own. I haven't seen Pop Lord in a week now. And then on 11 a.m. on the Tuesday, 2 hours before Matt Odell, I'm doing a Toxic Happy Hour with Brian Harrington from Orange County, SoCal, and we've got a Christmas announcement for anyone in the neighborhood or in the area in Southern California. I think it's going to be around Long Beach. We're going to do a Toxic Bitcoin meetup, dinner, Christmas party. I think the 12th, Thursday, the 12th of December, something like that. Anyways, more on that on Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, 3 in total coming up. Time to get toxic.
Good.
Plans for the weekend, gentlemen. What does animals do in the weekend like a hamster and a dog? What are you guys up to? What's the plans? Go for a walk, Labra?
You go, hamster, Greg.
I have a family photo shoot planned. It'll be fantastic. I'm gonna get dressed up and look nice and hang out with the wife and kids while we get our photographs taken.
Nice. So that's the. Are you gonna make a physical Christmas portrait that you're sending out? Are you?
Do I need to send you one? I will. If you want one, I'll send you one.
Nice try on getting my address there. I like it. Very suave.
You started it.
I'm not asking for you to send it to me. I'm asking if to your family, your loved ones, not me, your loved ones, if you're going to sell an actual Christmas card like in the old days.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
That's the whole point of the thing. My mother asked for one like a year ago, and we're finally getting around to it. Sorry.
Excellent. Send me a digital copy. I'll give you my. Well, you have my Twitter DM. I want to see a digital copy.
I got your Twitter DM.
And
okay, send me one then.
I
Fine.
promise that I may not share it on the Toxic Happy Hour. I promise that I may not share it.
You promise you may not share it. All right.
What about you, Labrahodl? So Greg is out of the hamster wheel during the weekend, as he should be. Are you going to go for a walk, or what's happening? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm taking a walk, taking a shit on the beach.
Okay. Oh, wait.
It
wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Bullshit, it wasn't you.
Of course it was me. I'm kidding. I just want to let you guys know, I'm running the controls right here.
Yeah, I know. The
right,
censorship machine there.
It's a censorship machine.
Yeah.
Beach.
What's your last name? Like,
what did you call it?
on Twitter?
Sorry? No,
Oh,
I don't
the
want to get
beast?
into. I don't want to get into a fight on Twitter with two meme monsters. That's going to end very
No,
bad.
That's
I
gonna be
got
a
barrels
problem,
of
man.
ink. I got
Yeah.
barrels of ink.
I mean, I can get verbal, but that's I'm not. A picture
We
says
can
more than
meme you.
1,000 words.
We can meme you.
Exactly. Yeah, that could get nasty. So, all right, we've been on for 1.5 hours. It's been actually a lot of fun. Really enjoyed talking to you guys. Let's do some final, not final words. It sounds like someone's heading off to the execution squad, but final plugs.
Go ahead, Labrahodl.
Final.
Go dog.
Yeah, I don't
Anything
know
you
what.
want to say? You got your Twitters, right? The Twitter handle is right below in the YouTube description. People can follow your meme work. Final
Yeah.
plugs.
So keep stacking sats. Get your money out of the exchanges. Not your keys, not your coins. Things are going to get wild. Be careful with scammers. Stay away from shit coins. And enjoy life. I'm bullish on life right now. And Bitcoiners. We are
I
cool
love
people.
it. Every single word. I'm digging that, Labrahodl. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. GregZaj, the other meme beast, on the panel today in the pub.
Yeah, man. I can't say it better than Labrahodl. Stack sats. Keep them off the exchanges. Maxis are fantastic. Toxic maxis are even better. Become a toxic maxi. Tell your friends they're stupid for not holding Bitcoin. I don't know, man. Enjoy life. Take your profits on this bull run. Not all of it, a little bit. Take a little bit of profits. That's it.
That's my point. That's my point right there. Thank you. Hey,
You're welcome.
Greg, I'm looking forward to us having a steak dinner together. I don't care if I'm paying or you're paying. I mean,
I
I'm
care.
pretty sure you're gonna pay.
I care.
So I want one of them really good juicy steaks.
Look,
Unlimited
you
drinks.
said
Don't forget
you
the
said a
unlimited drinks.
50% retracement, right? That's
50,
the line.
50,
50.
50.
All right. 50
If
or more.
Bitcoin does
Less than 50, it's on you.
If Bitcoin does a 49% bear market type of correction in 2022, I owe you steaks and unlimited drinks.
You know I can eat a lot, right? I'm big.
But hold on.
I could imagine, but you know what? If Bitcoin's going to be like at 1 million, I'll find some way
It'll
to
be easy.
pay you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be real easy.
You had a
Okay,
great point about the. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, how is that going to work? Are you like going on a date or
Oh yeah.
I'll put it out.
like?
Look.
Whatever. The steak? Hell yeah.
Look, it's a steak dinner. No, Lapra, it's not like one of us will have a
200K
steak and the
raw
other one
game,
will have
right?
a salad. Two guys are going out for steak dinner. It's
It's fine. It's normal.
it's normal.
That's fine. I mean,
Legit.
Yeah.
we
You
were
got a problem with
below
that?
16K,
Got a
so
problem? I have a family.
I would say, because I'm a generous guy, Greg. I want you to know that. And if Lapra wants to join us, if I lose, I got his bill as well.
No. If he wants in on this shit, he needs to take a position.
Okay, I like
I'm
that.
totally fine.
Skin in the game.
I'm totally fine right now.
I think he's out.
Skinning
He's
the
out.
game.
Skin in the game.
Skinning in the game. No, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna pass. That's it for you guys.
All right.
All
If you
right.
like to gamble, that's fine. I'm not into
Why
that.
don't we? He can come, but he's paying his own ticket, whichever way this goes.
He can buy his own salad.
He can buy his own salad.
Yeah.
So Greg,
That's probably gonna work.
Greg, I expect to meet you at the conference in Texas next year. What was it called?
BitBlock boom.
BitBlock Boom. And a steak dinner late 2022.
On you. Sweet.
You wish.
I
And
do
on
wish.
that note, since you both had the final plug, I will take the final plug, and I will say, guys out there, keep stacking sats and don't store more value in fiat currency that you're willing to lose. It's a built-in policy. It's dangerous. Fiat currency is you got to be careful. Don't have more on that than you're willing to lose. On that note, Bye.
Thank you, guys.